everyone, Crafting Vicky here with you, and today I'm here to do some cards with you guys, and I've pulled out my little bunch of cards ready. I was asked in a recent, in one of my recent posts if I could do some birthday cards or sympathy cards, and I have already done one birthday card, and I believe I did some other ones. But not necessarily with recycled stuff, but I did some prior to the holidays with some toppers. But one thing I didn't tackle is sympathy cards, because those to me are the hardest to make. And so I thought that would be a good challenge to take on. So I went through my stash to find some sentiments that I had that would go with that. And I found some from Stamping Up in English. This set here is Petite Passe, and it has something that says sending sympathy and prayers and to heal your heart, so both could go. And then this one here has a prayer for you. And I thought with the sympathy cards, maybe you could do sympathy as well as get better soon, because I have a need for one of those cards. So, but I realized that I don't have any French sentiments, and the reason why I believe is because I use my computer to make some. There's really not that many stamps in French, so I ended up writing it on a Word document and reprinting that all the time. So that's what I use. But I did find Je pense à toi, which would also work for this type of card. So those are the sentiments I've pulled out for us. And then for images, well, I think when you're looking at sympathy cards, it has to be some elegant and not too over the top type of image. So I pulled out this one. It's a set from Artemio, and I haven't used it, so this is a great opportunity to do so. And it has some beautiful flowers that I think would be perfect for this type of card. And I like to keep my cards monochromatic because of the subject. I've also pulled out some Unity stamps that I have and that I thought could be good for this. So let's get this starting. One thing I also like is to keep my cards fairly small, because I really don't know what to write in them. I do want to put a heartfelt sentiment inside them, but I don't want it too long, because I just don't know what to write. This is one of those times where it's really hard for me to write anything. So I pulled out some papers that I thought would go well. I always use black. So here is a Halloween paper scrap, but this side is black, and I'm thinking that that would be cool for this, because I'm never going to use it otherwise. I have this. This is another type of Halloween paper, but I can use the back. And the pink is for, and the blue, well, the blue could go for that, but I was thinking more along the line of using those for the blue maybe, but the pink for the Get Well card. Another options that you have is this here, which is a very cheap set from Colorbock. I believe I found this at Walmart, and it has some very subdued patterns in it, and this would be perfect as well for a card like this. So just a cheap idea. How did that get in there? Okay, so let's start off with this one. So, and I also pulled out this, which I thought was very pretty and pale, and could be a great idea as well. And I don't know if I want to use up that one first. So I was thinking of stamping some images on book paper and using those as my as the background, the image for the cards. So let's use up a few, and then I've got I have these, which are big and which would be pretty. I do have, I'm going to put one of those mats underneath. Just makes the stamping better. And I do have a big block. This is an acrylic block that I got at a thrift store. So I'll just put that on. Actually it was $1.99, so I figured it was a good deal. And use some black ink. I'm going to stand up because I believe it gives a better impression when I do it standing up. Just want to make sure that it really did go all the way. And see, that's very elegant and very simple, and so that's one image that we're going to be using. I tried to clean off my stamp a bit before putting them back. And we can use this one. You could, of course, use up images that you find in a book as well. I just figured this was a great way of using my stamps, which I don't use all that often. This one didn't print so well, so let's try on the other side. That's better. Okay, so we got that. And then in this one, I have some smaller images. I had this image that I thought was perfect for this. And I take my other block, which I prefer to use. I always have better luck when I'm using a smaller stamp, so and of course I make a mess. That didn't stand too well. Of course, I didn't stand up. Okay, that's better. Still not perfect, but better. I think I'm going to have better luck with the acrylic stamps, hopefully. So I have these ones, which I find are very elegant. I like that a lot. I think that's very pretty. And maybe just another one. And at least I'm using my stamps. And I would think that a lot of you guys have stamps that you're not using all that much, so, and this is a great way of using them without having to color them up, especially stamps of this nature where it's more of a, it's more of just foliage. This one I'm not happy with. I should have used a bit bigger block for it, and I didn't. Okay, so I like that. So put this away before I make a mess of myself again. This as well. Wipe this off. So now we could die cut those if we wanted, or we can just you know, cut them out straight. That's another option. So I pulled out these because these are some of my favorites to use with my other sentiment. The sentiment that I have. Now I'm wondering if it would be pretty to just have something like this on top. So let's try that. So my good shot. Through, and I'm thinking that I could put at the same time one of the sentiments, so I could put this one through at the same time. Even though I'm not sure that's the one I'm going to be using for this card, but it will be cut and ready for the one that is decide to use this on. Put that there. This here. My card. So I was thinking of doing this. Just wipe off my hands because I'm afraid I'm gonna just mess up my card with all the ink. Okay, so here's the image. Or I put something like this. This is annoying. You can see the black of the behind, which is surprising. I wonder if it would do that on a... You can still see it. That's strange. Never noticed that you could actually see the ink behind. So I was thinking either that, and then I could put just the sentiment here with a stamp, or I could use this with it. I'm not sure if I went with black. And I would have to layer because this is too stark. The contrast between the white and the... So what about... do have some gray here. I'm coming back with the first one. I think that's the one I like. I'm gonna cut it. And we will see. I'm not sure how the vellum is going to take the stamping on it, so I think I'm going to use a little leftover piece to try it off. Because I wouldn't want it to be something that would wipe off. That would really not be good. So let's try to use one of the little sentiments that I shared with you before. So the sending sympathies. I think it's this one. Let's try that off on this little piece first. See, it smudges, so that would not do. And I wonder if I did that and use my heat gun before, would that make a difference? No, it still smudges, so that's not a good idea. So I'm thinking that the best idea would be to actually use this on some book paper, and I always keep the first pages of a book because there's a lot of empty space and it gives me the same color of paper. So I'm going to use that. And I think that will do the job. And that's why it's good to try it out first, because I would have made a mess and that would not have been good. Okay, so I've got an oval, so I don't really want to do another shape on this. I think I'm gonna just cut it off, and obviously I stamped it crooked, so and I'm telling you, like, these cards, they're the ones that take me the longest to make of all of the cards I make, because it's just, I don't know, it's just really hard for me to make them. Now I'm not sure, I've got a feeling that if I use my tape runner, it's gonna show through on the vellum. I'm hoping this glue is not, because I've tried it before with so let's just use a glue stick. And little sentiment off to the side. So that's one card done. I didn't glue it quite well. Didn't go all the way to the edge. Okay, so one done. And yeah, I can hear you saying how long it is taking me, and it really is, but that is, like I said, the hardest cards for me to make. So let's use a faster one. This one I believe is going to be faster because it's going to cover most of the card, and I'm thinking the rest is just going to be the black and possibly a sentiment. So let's put, see, this covers already most of the card. I'm just going to use a full piece of black paper. There's a design on this. I'm wondering if I want to see the design or not. I'm thinking probably not. So there's a piece here that's off. So I'm gonna cut that off. And that one too. The paper is bended and it's not good. Here there's a white strip, so let's remove that. Make it easier to make my card. So here it is, the little mark. And here's my other mark. So and I'm thinking just this. And of course I've got a little line. So I'm going to put it like that. So you see it's fairly easy. It's just book paper and some black cardstock, and everybody pretty much has that. You could use any type of cardstock that you have. Now it's just a question of putting the sentiment. And I'm thinking of putting it on, that's a bit big for this. So it could be I'm thinking it's going to be again the sending prayers, and I'm gonna again put it on here, but I'm going to use a round I'm going to use a round punch to punch it out, and this way I can use it as well on the black because it'd be nice to have a layered effect. So here's my round punch. Will this fit in here? Yeah, perfectly. So that's my sentiment. And now I just need to do the same thing with the black cardstock. And thinking just something like this. Very simple, but I think it's elegant and is discreet, and it shows that you thought of them. So here we go. So that's the second one. And now I had an idea while I was doing the last one. I was thinking I could use this and just the strip of the black. And actually, I'm thinking I want to stamp directly on the cardstock. So where did I put my stamp? Where did I put my stamp? Oh, there it is. So I wonder if this is going to be too big though. Yeah. Would this be too big? I think this might be perfect. Okay, so this and use the big block, even though it's not my favorite. I'm gonna put this underneath and a little ink pad. So this is going to be one of those cast cards, which is clean and simple, which is not usually a style that I do a lot of, but I don't know why. For sympathy cards, I think it's one of the best styles, so there you have it. So I'm thinking that with just the black border and something like this. I'm just thinking if I want to actually do a layered effect on the on this or not. Would the gray look good on this? What if I did a gray border? I was looking for my guillotine, it's sitting right on me. So what if I did a gray border here? And then let me cut this down just a tad. I'm so happy because this Halloween paper has been in my stash forever. And I was thinking that on this side I could use this gray, which would be good. So let's pull out, and I'm going to put this away. So let's pull out the my Big Shot. And I need to have the oval that's just bigger than this one, which I believe is this one here. And these, by the way, are quick cuts dies, and they're very inexpensive. And to top it off, there's many sizes in a set, so I really, those are probably some of my favorites, and I discovered them only later in my card making, so it's kind of sad because it's really an amazing type of set. Okay, so where's my card? Let's put this together. It's kind of funny when you're looking at the fact that it's Halloween paper, but when you put it here, it definitely doesn't look Halloween. Put that first. Now this is bugging me because it's too big. So my thoughts on this is that I'm gonna go around with my pencil and just mark the edge, the outside edge. This way I still have a border, but it won't be as big as this one because this one is way too big on the card. Okay, and of course I didn't align properly. Which is why I do my mark in pencil. Okay, if I did this and just, yeah, this is going to be better. Now it's actually it actually gripped the die cut underneath, and so I should be fine this time. Yep. So there's always solutions. And I mean, the worst that could have happened is that I need to cut out another one of those, but this, I believe, will be the perfect solution to my problem. Yeah, much better. I didn't like the fact that it covered the plant. So, and here we go. So I think we will be making my get well soon card in the next video. We did 3 cards, which is still not bad at all, considering that I have so much trouble doing sympathy cards. So I hope that it inspires you, that you found some good ideas in this, and looking forward to reading your comments. Bye everyone.